Happy New Year, Strategic Prepper community. Happy New Year. It's that time of year again. What time is that?
Threat assessment time. I forgot for a second.
Threat assessment.
2023.
You're just enjoying this fire behind us. Oh my
Yeah,
God. It's like,
it's
ooh,
nice.
gives that warm feeling. It really does feel nice.
I've been waiting to burn that pot for 4 months. So
Yeah. So threat assessment time. And as you guys know, we do this every year. It's always a good time to just reassess threats, reassess goals, and we like the new year for that. It's just a good marker for it. You can do it any time of the year. We like the new year. So we've actually been pretty dang good on the threats, even before we started filming.
Yeah.
We were. We've been.
Well, especially if you go back and look at our 2022, not 2021 videos, you'll see. Did we do one for 2020? No, 2021 and 2. That's right. Yeah.
No, but we were doing things differently in 2019 and 2020.
But if you look at the last couple of years, we're pretty accurate. I'd say pretty had a pretty good idea of what
two
to
years
expect.
ago, we were talking about that inflation, and it's like all the government people, all the
Yeah.
elites are like, no, there won't be any inflation. We're like, you guys,
yeah, you could
give
see
me a
that
break.
coming a mile away. I
Well,
thought,
we could
I
see
felt
it.
like the inflation was a no-brainer, but yeah.
I thought it was too, but apparently the elites who so know everything don't know
Well,
everything.
they didn't want us to believe that it was coming.
Yeah. So where are we at with the inflation for ongoing threat?
Yeah, it's probably going to get worse, and how much is always hard to judge, but it's not going anywhere, that's for sure.
Yeah, and actually, I see the threat, the whole economic. Let's put it as an economic threat in the whole package. Inflation. It looks like job reductions are going to increase. Inflation may actually level off or drop
So you think
a
we'll
little
see
bit.
layoffs and whatnot?
Oh yeah. It's just a natural cycle that the elites seem to have missed. They must have been partying that day in economics class, but it's just part of a normal cycle. And a lot of people who are not in the government, a lot of economic people are saying these things.
Yeah.
And so I do think job life. If you guys are out there and you're living paycheck to paycheck and your debt is up there, you need to start working on that, guys. You need to start working on it. Have a backup plan. Have some emergency
Financial freedom,
cash.
getting debt free is important.
Big. Yes, big.
And especially if you already think you're at a higher risk of getting laid off, making necessary changes in your job or career to either make it less likely to get laid off or make it easier to find a new job. But getting debt free is the big one. Changing your lifestyle.
Yeah, being as self-reliant as you can, increasing that. So that's a big one. I do see that, and a lot of people are saying that 2023 is going to be a much worse year economically. Is what I'm hearing. That's a big one. All right, other risks. Let's see. I have been reading about the U.S. moving towards a digital dollar. Is that an issue?
Yeah, I mean at some point it's going to be, right? So
Well, here's the thing. The president signed an executive order in July of last year, and that basically paves the way for this.
yeah.
So the pieces are there, and one of the things I'm hearing is that they're going to try to make a move to that in this coming year.
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen, in the grand scheme of things, it's not as crazy as it might sound. I mean, you look at
Some of the Europeans are
they're
working
doing
towards
it.
that too.
You look at China with the social credit system, and
Well, okay, let me ask you a question though,
yeah,
and this is for you guys because we've already talked about it. All right. Okay, we talk about digital currency. Why is that a risk to us? Why? I mean, who cares, right? Who cares? I mean, we use digital all the time. I mean, I buy Apple Pay and all this other stuff, but why is that a risk? The big thing, if all your money is electronic, you have no means to. None of your purchases are obscure from the government.
yeah, you have
They
no
can track
privacy.
you. Have no privacy, and no privacy means no liberty. We already see people trying to close accounts. You bought too many guns. Oh, you donated to this party or this group. Oh, we don't like that. And
Well,
we've already seen that some
credit
of this.
cards are already, some of them are already getting in trouble from certain states because they're tracking gun and ammo purchases, and then they're leveraging that to
So put all that
potentially
on
punish people.
Put all that on steroids. And,
Yeah.
and we know these government people. We've seen how they have already used their power to try to coerce people with different views.
Well, look at-
That's why it's a risk. So
Yeah.
we're actually, you know what?
We're gonna have a
Let's do
separate-
another video.
yeah, we're gonna do a
We're gonna do a
separate,
video on this. So we just want to talk about general risks today.
Mm-hmm.
But that is actually a big risk. So I just wanted to make sure we touch on that,
Yep.
why it's a risk. Because people are like, okay, it's a different kind of money. We use electronic. When it's all electronic, that's a risk. Our liberty's gone at that point. All right. So what else do we have? Food.
What was the third one? Yeah, that's right.
Food security, and now we're in the U.S. And for you guys that are in the U.S., you know, it's you're probably not going to be starving on the streets. Okay, probably not.
Well, at least not initially. You know.
Well, I'm just talking within 2023.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not going to be on the streets. But the price, I mean, look at last year, the price, oh my gosh, eggs through the roof. Makes you want to raise
Used to
chickens.
pay 99 cents and
Makes you want to raise chickens.
Yeah, now it's like $5.50 a dozen.
Oh my gosh, yes, you're already building your coop. We're working towards
Yeah,
that.
a couple months of chickens.
But you know what food? Hey, just a quick side note, guys. I was reading one of the foods that are going to be scarce. There's already a shortage from the growers. That's blueberries.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Do you have blueberries?
Yeah, blueberries.
I have blueberries. So you guys might have seen on one of my videos, I have like 8 blueberry bushes from last year that really produced. Now this year I've got 50 of them. Oh yeah, bring on the blueberries.
Nice.
So yeah, but food shortage. So it's more like going to be, our options are going to be limited. There's going to be shortages. Europe is already talking about people starving, and I don't know if it's going to be that bad. But here's the thing. You have declining production. You've got declining access to fertilizer, and you've got the greenies are sitting there through the government,
Yep.
forcing farms to close. At the same time, they're saying, "Oh, that's there's going to be a food crisis," and in England, in Holland, Dutch, the Dutch,
the
is that
Dutch
Holland? The Dutch, anyway. Yeah, they're closing farms. They got 3,000 farms in Holland that they're going to close. And you know, I get confused, Holland and Dutch. The Dutch, right? With
Yeah,
the-
but and then you got they're artificially raising the. Well, I say artificially. They're forcing energy prices to go up.
yeah.
And so high energy costs, which is going to mean by itself would mean higher food prices, and then you're going to shut down food production, and shut down food processing ability, and with the inflation, and you put all that in a blender, and what are you going to get? Food's going to be more expensive, and there's going to be less of it.
So here's the thing that really, and you guys may be in this boat. You guys might be in this boat. You're asking yourself, why would they allow this starvation? Why? I mean, they have to know, right? You can imagine somebody saying, they have to know there's problems here. Why would they allow this? And can people be so so ignorant, so incompetent that they allow starvation? I'll tell you what, guys. When I was working on one of my bachelor's degrees, environmental studies. Yes, I got an environmental study. Don't throw things at me. Don't throw things. But when I was working on this degree, this is back in the 90s or something like that. One of the things, one of the classes was like population control, whatever it is. These people were just out in the open that one of their goals was to force a population reduction. All right, and they have these numbers targets that they think each country, the United States is what I focus on. Each country ought to shrink the populations, and they want to do this by compulsion. And they were not secret within that circle. They were not being secret.
Well, even now
about
they're
that.
openly saying they want to reduce, or they think Earth's population should be reduced by 4 billion people.
But what they're not openly saying is the tools that they're willing to use that. And what I'm saying is, with this degree program, they were open that famine is a
I was
good,
gonna say,
viable tool.
I think now they're more open. 'Cause
Oh,
you
yeah,
hear guys
yeah.
like Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
They are saying that, and that's what. Anyway, that'd be a topic for another video. But
Right, right.
it's
So-
a genocidal ideology.
Yeah, so the idea is they want to see people other than themselves disappear, and they have number goals. And famine is a tool to get to those goals.
Yep.
This is not
Well, it's
incompetence.
and it's a tool for control.
It's a tool for control. That's
Yeah.
why it's a risk to us.
Yep.
That's why we, as preparedness-minded people, we need to secure our own food supply.
Yep.
Big things like that, the big picture. I can't control or influence it. I don't know how many times I've said, you really worry about the things you can control and influence.
Yep.
And if it's too big for you, if it's outside your sphere, don't stress over it. You just,
nothing you
your
can do about it
stress is
anyway.
not going to do anything. This is one of those things. Does it bother me? Yeah, it bothers me. But I'm not going to stress over the big picture. What I'm going to do is expand my food production. And I'll need to do a video on that because, oh boy, I've expanded this year. I've tripled my number of raised beds, doubled my in-ground gardens, and I'm up to 4,400 square feet.
Really? Jeez.
4,400 square feet of garden space for this year, and that's much, much greater. And we got this video coming out. I got a new tool that really helps me manage all that. It made I've basically tripled the size of my garden space, and the amount of work to plant it all has decreased so much. I've got this great tool. We got a video coming out on that real soon, and you guys have to keep an eye on for it. Just managing the garden tool, so easy. But that's what you got to do.
Yep.
I just think you have to. You have to get serious. This is January right now. January 1, by the way, if I didn't say it, Happy New Year's. You have to get serious about food production, food storage. If you're in a place where you can't produce, you're in a suburbs and urban environment. Suburbs, throw a raised bed out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can at least grow something. But food purchases, get that food purchase. That also goes with the digital dollar. I don't want to give away too much, but we're going to get into how to maintain what I call digital obscurity. You want to maintain that digital obscurity. You want to be prepared in how you live your life and how you purchase things, that you're not sending off red flags to those who want to track you. And the other is the economy. Like you said, reduce the debt, and you just got to take care of those things. That's the big three for this year.
Yep.
Is life doesn't live by a calendar, so some of these may go into 24 and all that. But that's the near-term risks that we both see that could impact us as preparedness-minded people. What do you think?
Yep. Sounds good.
Oh, all right.
That about covers it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. And stay tuned. We got more videos coming up on specifics on some of these issues. All right. Stay safe. Stay prepared.